From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Live look right now, Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. You're seeing all the city lights down below, and it is certainly a pretty cold start out there across the map, not just in the Yakima Valley, but in the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. We're right around freezing, so you might have to break out the ice scraper for this morning. It's the same thing in the lower Columbia Basin. We're at 33 in the Tri-Cities, 32 in Hermiston, 33 for Connell. Just a little bit warmer than that in the foothills of the Blues, but we're at 34 for Pendleton, 37 for Walla Walla. So all of us, if you don't need the ice scraper, you're certainly going to need the heavy jacket as you're headed out the front door. And to underscore that, here's your coat cast for today for the Tri-Cities. Heavy jacket stuff for this morning, and then into the afternoon, it's still going to be light jacket weather. As today is going to be dry and cool, will be about 5 degrees below average for this time of the year. We'll have little shower chances for Saturday. Those will give way to some much larger chances for rainfall into Sunday and Monday. We're tracking some more storm systems into next week. Snow levels lowering with those, so mountain snow could certainly be a possibility. I'll tell you how much rainfall we're expecting for this week, and I'll tell you how much snow we can maybe get into next week. All that's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, an update on the deadly shooting in Walla Walla. The Sheriff's Office releasing the names of those involved and the reason. Those details just ahead. And the CDC confirms 2 workers in Franklin County are positive for bird flu. Where exactly this happened and what other areas are dealing with outbreaks. That's coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Friday, October 25th. Happy Friday. We're going to start off your top stories with the follow-up. So the Walla Walla County Sheriff's Office has released the names of the people that were involved in the deadly shooting. 62-year-old Troy Rathbun is facing charges of murder in the second degree and unlawful possession of a firearm. Deputies say Rathbun shot and killed 41-year-old Ronald Evans at the Prescott Mobile Estates Parks Wednesday afternoon. They say the 2 neighbors were fighting with one another. Under Sheriff Joe Clunt with the Walla Walla County Sheriff's Office says the city of Prescott isn't used to this kind of violence.
Prescott is not a very big incorporated city within the state of Washington. I don't know the exact population. It's not very much, maybe a couple thousand people. It's mostly rural farmland. But it's a small incorporated city. It does have its own city government, mayor, and city council. So this type of occurrence is a rare thing to occur in that area.
At this time, details have not been released on what the 2 were fighting about. However, we will keep you updated once we learn more. Turning to Oregon, over 1.9 million acres have burned this year, making it the largest wildfire season by acreage in Oregon's history, which is about 3 times the average acreage size. The estimated damages and cost to public infrastructure exceeds $650 million. The congressional delegation urged President Biden to grant Governor Tina Kotek's request the state receive a major disaster declaration in response to the record-setting wildfires. And this year's extreme fires, along with severe storms, include the counties of Umatilla and Morrow. In your health news, the CDC says at least 2 of the 4 workers who had presumptive positive tests for bird flu are confirmed positive in Franklin County. And this comes after an outbreak at a commercial poultry farm in the county. The Ben Franklin Health District and the CDC continue to investigate the exposures to workers, and the workers continue to be tested. If the test is a presumptive positive, it is sent to the CDC for further confirmation. And at this time, officials believe there is no human-to-human transmission, and nobody has been hospitalized. And Oregon is also dealing with an outbreak of bird flu among its commercial poultry. In Clackamas County, 150,000 birds were killed to try and stop the spread of the highly contagious disease. Also to stop it from spreading into the food system, health officials say properly cooked poultry, meat, or egg products are safe, with the risk to humans being very low. Now to more health-related news, the DEA's National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day is happening tomorrow. It's in Richland, and you can drop off any unwanted prescriptions from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now locally, drug take-backs happen twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. In April, more than 670,000 pounds of prescription medicine was collected from almost 5,000 collection sites. The overdose epidemic in the U.S. is a public health and safety threat, and the Richland Police Department says removing unneeded medications from your home helps to prevent misuse.
Removing unwanted medications from your home obviously gets rid of things that you're not taking anymore and puts them in a place where they can be safely disposed. So bringing them to the DEA drug take back or bringing them into our PD. We actually have a collection box in our lobby. And yeah, getting rid of stuff that potentially kids could take by accident or even adults could end up taking by accident.
Again, this event is tomorrow at the Richland Police Department on George Washington Way. And there's also one in Yakima on Saturday. It's called Shreds and Meds, and it's free. People can bring documents to shred as well as any unwanted medicine. And this goes on from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Yakima Chamber of Commerce building. In Pasco, one city council member is voicing his concerns on the railroad and the Lewis Street overpass. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma reports members of city council say the project is taking too long and that it's costing too much.
The Lewis Street construction project design phase all started during COVID, and since then the overpass has been completed, but not all parts of the construction side are done. Councilman Leo Perales says this project has been plagued with issues, from waiting for materials and design complication. He also says the design work is now done, but the majority of the issues and work that still needs to be done came from the mandates BNSF put on the city. With those mandates, the city voted to put more money toward the Lewis construction project. Everyone but Perales voted yes on it.
I just want to take a stand and want to make sure that people know that I'm not approving these funds, even though the project still needs to get done. And it's going to get done. But I do feel like these funds could be used somewhere else. Whether it's shoring up our police department, getting necessary equipment for our fire department, adding more staff in the permitting and planning department. I mean, those are the things I think the money should go towards. And that's how myself and maybe other council members feel.
Perales says originally the spending cost for this project was supposed to be about 22 to 24 million, but that number has stretched out to about 40. That's including the design work and any other parts of the project. Perales says he's also hoping to be done with this project by the end of the year. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Monique. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, it's back to the picket lines for Boeing workers as the strike enters month 2. And we have the latest on how striking workers are feeling. But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth will have your weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
Head to Queensgate Gardens in Richland for some fall family fun. Explore our corn and hay bale maze, zoom down the dump truck slide, try pumpkin archery, and get creative with pumpkin painting. New this year is laser tag and a U-Pick flower field. Make fall memories at Queensgate Garden in Richland.
The last few years have been tough on Washington families who are facing record prices, and wages just haven't kept up. But it's been a great few years for Congressman Dan Newhouse. Since he first got elected in 2015, his net worth has climbed from $2 million to almost $19 million. How'd he do that? By trading stocks of corporations that he votes to give billions of taxpayer dollars. It's time to put an end to Congressman Dan Newhouse's stock market hot streak.
I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message.
Initiative 2124. It's purposely misleading. So here's what you need to know. Independent analysts say if I-2124 passes, it will bankrupt our affordable long-term care benefit, leaving millions of Washingtonians with no options but private insurance that charges way too much and routinely denies coverage to millions with pre-existing conditions. Don't let it happen. Protect your long-term care benefits. Vote no on I-2124.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0% APR for up to 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
Cough, cough, sneeze, sneeze. Achoo. Needs. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Flu. When speed is what you need, bounce back fast with Alka-Seltzer Plus. Also try the new chewable Fizzy Chews. No water needed.
Head to Queensgate Gardens in Richland for some fall family fun. Explore our corn and hay bale maze, zoom down the dump truck slide, try pumpkin archery, and get creative with pumpkin painting. New this year is laser tag and a U-Pick flower field. Make fall memories at Queensgate Garden in Richland.
She's been at the top of the pop world, and now she's making headlines and wowing Broadway in the smash hit Sunset Boulevard. And this morning, Nicole Scherzinger is live on GMA, plus Sir Elton John on Good Morning America.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is a cold start this morning as we're around 30 degrees in the Kittitas Valley, 29 for Cle Elum, 33 for Ellensburg. So I'm thinking a lot of us will probably need an ice scraper there. It's going to be the same thing in the Yakima Valley where we're in the low to mid 30s, 31 in Toppenish, 33 in Sunnyside, 34 degrees in Yakima. And then even in the lower Columbia Basin, we're also pretty close to that freezing level. So we're at 32 in Prosser, 33 in the Tri-Cities, 31 in Mesa. And then in the foothills of the Blues, a little bit locally warmer in Walla Walla, 37 degrees there, but for the rest of us also right around 32 degrees. So I'm thinking most of us this morning will need an ice scraper and a heavy jacket as you're walking out the front door. Here's your day planner for today. By 8 this morning, still temperatures right around freezing. By lunchtime, I'm thinking a lot of us are going to have a hard time making it to 50 degrees. And then as we head into the afternoon, we will end up in the 50s, but it's going to be mid 50s, 55 for the Tri-Cities, 54 for Hermiston. So for today, we'll have highs that'll be about 5 degrees below average for this time of the year. Partly cloudy skies for the most part, and breezes will come up out of the south and southeast upwards of 20 miles per hour for the mountain ranges. And then for tonight, the breeze situation is going to stay the same. Overnight lows are going to fall down into the 30s and 40s, maybe just a smidge warmer compared to this morning. But I'm still thinking for the valleys, you'll have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. Also, we could see some showers late tonight in the Cascades, a little precursor for tomorrow. I'll time out those rain chances coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In continuing coverage now, it's back to the picket lines for Boeing workers and away from the negotiating table. The strike is well underway into month 2, and the workers aren't giving any ground, at least not yet. Chris Daniels has more on this story.
From the polling station back to the picket line.
I voted no.
Will Anderson talked about the dangers of being a machinist.
We're exposed to chemicals. We're exposed to tight areas. You know, you could get hurt at any time. We try to prevent that. We want everybody to go home safe.
And that is why he is holding out for a return of the pension plan in any contract.
I do want the pension, but I can't speak for everybody else.
The plan was phased out back in 2014 after the company threatened to pull production of the 777X out of Washington State. That labor deal, which ran through this year, was approved barely 51-49.
Boeing held a gun to our head, to our union's head, and they scared our membership into this.
I think that the people that voted for it were scared.
Boeing says it's disappointed in the lack of a deal, and there is, quote, no scenario a defined benefit pension returns, highlighting that the company is offering a matching 401k plan. A recent Wolf Research report claims it would cost Boeing $15 billion to restart the pension plan and would seem to be a non-starter for a company already hemorrhaging billions.
They know we want that pension, some sort of a pension, a designated benefit.
Every machinist is also aware of Boeing's recent layoff announcement. The question might likely be, who has the leverage, and how long is either side willing to hold out?
That was Chris Daniels reporting from Everett, and Bank of America analysts estimate that Boeing is losing about $50 million per day during the strike. Now more on Boeing. The company's plea deal with the Justice Department could be in jeopardy. This regarding a criminal investigation from a plane crash where 345 people died. The deal requires a court-appointed monitor to oversee safety and compliance changes for about 3 years. And the DOJ calls for diversity, equity, and inclusion to be considered in selecting a monitor. Now, Texas federal judge Reed O'Connor says he wants the department to explain the DEI policies before approving the deal. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, former President Donald Trump now saying if elected, he will fire Jack Smith. And we have more on the candidates as they race to the White House as it gets closer to Election Day. And that's more after the break.
For over 30 years, Dr. Linda Konchevsky has been serving our community as a physician, providing care with compassion and dedication.
If elected, I'll be the only doctor in the Washington State Legislature. I'll fight to improve access to health care and mental health services, protect women's reproductive rights, and lower the cost of prescription drugs. Together, we can make health care more affordable and accessible for all. Let's put a doctor in the house.
Welcome to Chris's Recovery Shop.
Is your boat upholstery starting to look worn or has tears? From tops to seats to panels, we have you covered. Do you own a business and need repairs to seats or furniture? From agricultural to restaurant, we have you covered. Got a classic car that needs a little interior TLC? From seats to armrests and panels, we have you covered here too.
Chris's Recovery Shop in Yakima,
where we keep a good thing going.
DeLynne's Boutique is a lifestyle boutique that offers locally sourced and established brand items. We feature men's and women's styles with a fresh approach to your look. DeLynne's Boutique brings style that is approachable yet unique, so you can look and feel your best no matter what room you are walking into. Our house brand, Life on the Water, is locally inspired, designed, and printed in Kennewick, Washington. DeLynne's is located in the Marineland Plaza in Kennewick, next to the Village Bistro. You can also shop easily online at delynnes.com.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, West Richland, Hermiston, Road 68 in Pasco, and at the new location on West Court Street in Pasco. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. at all 6 locations. Get the lowest prices on the largest selection of vape mods, classic to tropical vape flavors, batteries, cigars, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. Don't waste time in other places. Go to Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
The last few years have been tough on Washington families who are facing record prices, and wages just haven't kept up. But it's been a great few years for Congressman Dan Newhouse. Since he first got elected in 2015, his net worth has climbed from $2 million to almost $19 million. How'd he do that? By trading stocks of corporations that he votes to give billions of taxpayer dollars. It's time to put an end to Congressman Dan Newhouse's stock market hot streak.
I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We do have little shower chances tomorrow in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys. Much better chances for rainfall up in the Cascades. We'll probably keep it dry for the basin and foothills. And here's the time frame of that. It would be after 5 a.m. for the valleys, and this could persist throughout the day. It's not going to rain for the entirety of the day, but we will have that chance of that little trickle of showers throughout the day. Okay, so little shower chances for Saturday. Then we're tracking a couple different storm systems over the next 7 days. One for Sunday and Monday, one for Wednesday and Thursday. So we're going to take this one storm system at a time, starting off with the storm system for Sunday and Monday. This one could provide maybe 2 inches of water up in the Cascades, up to 3/4 of an inch for the Blues, between 1/10 to 1/4 for the valleys and foothills. But now it's started to trend a little bit drier, unfortunately, for the basin, as we're going to have a tough time getting 1/10 of an inch of water. Snow levels will be descending with this storm system, bottoming out on Monday and Tuesday between 4,000 to 4,500 feet. So places like the Battle Mountain Summit on US 395, White Pass on US 12, Stevens Pass on US 2. Could see a little bit of snowfall from the storm system, but we're thinking probably less than 1 inch for both our Cascade passes and Blue Mountain passes for Monday and Tuesday. However, remember, there's storm system number 2 for Wednesday and Thursday, and with this one, it's looking like the moisture and the cold air could sync up a little bit better. So with this one, we're thinking, and Remember, this is an early model projection, definitely subject to change. But for now, we're thinking maybe 4 to 6 inches for our Cascade passes, 3 to 4 inches for our Blue Mountain passes. So that could cause, at the very least, some minor travel impacts. We'll definitely be keeping very close tabs on that as we get closer to that forecast. Temperature is going to go up this weekend and go back down into next week. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Warmer Saturday and staying mostly dry, but will turn cooler and wetter again by Sunday and Monday, tracking more wet weather into next week. In Yakima, small shower chances Saturday, much wetter on Sunday and Monday. Then the next real active day looks to be on Wednesday. For Ellensburg, also small shower chances Saturday, give way to much wetter conditions Sunday and Monday. A break for Tuesday, then here we go again by Wednesday. For Hermiston, comfortable highs for Saturday, but that'll be short-lived with cooler and wetter weather returning for Sunday and Monday. Then for Walla Walla, near room temperature for Saturday, turning cooler with big-time rain chances for Sunday and Monday, and more of that could be in store for next week.
Thank you, Josh. In political news this morning, we're now just 11 days away from Election Day, and former President Donald Trump is now saying if elected, he will fire Jack Smith, the man investigating Trump's handling of classified documents and his role in the January 6th Capitol attack. Also, Vice President Kamala Harris is leaning on star power in Georgia, and this to rally voters in the battleground state. ABC's Perry Russum has more.
Grab your ticket and your suitcase.
Vice President Kamala Harris starting her campaign concert series in Georgia with Bruce Springsteen, calling on people in the battleground state to vote early.
We have an opportunity before us to turn the page on the fear and divisiveness that have characterized our politics for a decade because of Donald Trump.
Harris campaigning for the first time alongside former President Obama.
Some men who seem to think Trump's behavior is a sign of strength, that macho, I'm going to own these folks. I'm going to put them down. I am here to tell you that is not what real strength is.
Harris appearing to make a push to land black male voters, enlisting the star power of Spike Lee, Samuel L. Jackson, and Tyler Perry.
In this Donald Trump America, there is no dream that looks like me. We want a president who believes that this American dream is for everyone.
Former President Trump campaigning in Nevada and Arizona. On immigration, Trump comparing the U.S. to a garbage can.
We're a dumping ground. We're like a garbage can for the world. It's the first time I've ever said that.
Trump denying claims by his former chief of staff, John Kelly, that Trump meets the definition of a fascist. Kelly telling the New York Times and the Atlantic magazine, Trump has praised Nazi generals and said Hitler did some good things.
No, I never said that. I would never say that. It's a rag that he made up stories. He's done it before.
Trump also asked if re-elected whether he would fire special counsel Jack Smith, who's investigating Trump's handling of classified documents and his role in the January 6th Capitol attack.
It's so easy. I would fire him within 2 seconds.
Today, Trump will sit down for an interview with Joe Rogan, the podcast host who has 15 million followers on Spotify, and Harris will be in Texas, joined by Beyonce. Now, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Halloween is next week, and if you don't have a costume yet, we've got some ideas for you. We'll look at this year's most trending costumes, and that's coming up in just a few minutes.
Democrat candidate Maria Beltran led a liberal Seattle group that tried to defund police and allowed chaos and violence to take over the streets. Like Beltran, House candidates Anna Kennedy and Chelsea Demas oppose initiatives that would lower gas prices and the capital income tax and allow you to opt out of the expensive long-term care tax. Seattle liberals Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas do not share your values and are too extreme for Central Washington.
Save through Monday with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Pick up a copy in-store today. Save $7 on Ammo Incorporated 50-count 10mm 180-grain FMJ ammo. Members pay just $19.99 per box. Prestone 50/50 1-gallon antifreeze and coolant is hot priced at $7.99. Plus, get prepared for Halloween. Pick up select Mars or Ferrera mixed bag Halloween candy, now just $24.99. Members save more with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart.
Here in Washington, we love the word "and," like socks and sandals. flannels and beanies, wheat fields and mountains. And now with FundHub WA, saving money and helping the climate. Find grants to bring resources and funds to your community. Get incentives to grow your business and transition to clean energy. And discover rebates that will save you money at home and on the go and reduce emissions. Find funding opportunities today at fundhub.wa.gov.
The leaves are falling, and so are the prices at Overturf Kia. Get sporty with a tech-savvy, fuel-efficient 2024 Kia Forte LX sedan with technology package starting at just $21,599. Plus, get 4.49% interest for up to 72 months. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for 27 years. They've always taken care of me. But when they asked me to talk to you about their special customer event, Us Days, I said, I gotta get in shape. So they sent me this Hollywood trainer. Oh, this guy's no joke. Us Days means exclusive deals just for us customers.
Now let's try burpees.
Us Days is back at U.S. Cellular. Current customers get $1,200 off any phone, plus $400 off any tablet.
Kraken Hurricanes. Free game at 6:30 Saturday on MeTV.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is spooky season, so fill your candy bowls and light your jack-o'-lanterns.
Also finalize those costumes. ABC's Allison Kosick has the inside scoop on the frights and delights you can expect to see this year.
Every October, kids and adults alike dress up for Halloween. This year, Mark Beats at HalloweenCostumes.com says that characters from this year's movies are the most popular picks.
Ghostbusters, that's up over 80% year over year. It's becoming a really popular family-themed costume.
The juice is loose.
Beetlejuice is another one with the movie coming out. That's up over double last year.
But you do. Deadpool and Wolverine, popular for adults, along with Despicable Me.
We thought that a lot of that demand was going to be in kids, but a lot of adults ended up joining in on the fun of Despicable Me this year.
The bestsellers for kids? Hello! Inside Out.
And that was popular before, but it was actually this Inside Out 2 that came out has become more of a viral hit, and that is up 800% over last year. And we ended up adding like 22 new costumes.
And Descendants.
We added Red and Chloe this year, and so that was up over 200% as well.
And the hit costume for all ages that Beats says they weren't ready for, Mudang, the viral baby hippo.
That hippo just really kind of took over the internet, and so we ended up selling out of all of our hippo costumes in September.
Allison Kosick, ABC News, New York.
Okay, Josh, so I was wondering what a Mudang costume looks like, but I guess it's just like I looked it up and it's just a onesie of a hippo. Yeah. So, I mean, it wouldn't really, you gotta be cute to be Mudang, right? You gotta look like a cute little hippo. That's the...
Yeah, but cuteness is in the eye of the beholder. So if you want to be a hippo this Halloween, don't let Jessica tell you can't be one.
No, I'm just saying, like, you have to look like the baby animal, not a cute human. But out of all those, which costume would you like to do?
The hippo.
The hippo? Okay.
Yeah, through that package, I was like, Beetlejuice would be cool. The character from Inside Out 2 would be cool, but the hippo took it at the 11th hour.
Oh yeah, I think Anxiety from Inside Out 2 is what I look like every day when I'm at home because my hair is just up and it's just sticking out after a shower. So I got that one down. So I got to be something I'm not, but. Any Inside Out character would be good.
Yes.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, Mapton Mayor Rachel Ruelas appears in court before a judge who makes a decision on whether to grant her a protection order. What went down in the courtroom is coming up in the next half hour. But first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple's new child safety feature. The feature allows kids to send a report to Apple itself if they are sent photos or videos that include nudity. It also shows a pop-up to message an adult or other options. For now, it's being tested in Australia. Next, Google Photos will start labeling images that have been modified using AI. A statement will now accompany the image. The app will also specify when a photo contains elements from several different images. The new language will appear in Google Photos next week. Finally, Hallmark's new greeting cards that include a digital gift card inside. The gift card is basically a QR code on the inside flap of the card, which can be used for loading and redeeming its value. The recipient has to scratch off a code that they enter into their phone for redemption. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Lionel Moise. Have a great day.
Still congested?
Nope.
New Mucinex 2-in-1 Saline Nasal Spray.
Spray goodbye.
With an innovative power jet to break through your toughest congestion.
Come on, man. Congestion? No, I'm good.
Spray goodbye to tough congestion.
You're very talented!
New Mucinex 2-in-1 Saline Nasal Spray has arrived. With a gentle mist and innovative power jet, spray goodbye to congestion. It's comeback season.
Panera's mac and cheese, fave. Tomato soup in a bread bowl, fave. All your favorites, always at Panera. So grab a chocolate chipper. We know it's a fave too. Panera. Free, no-fee delivery for My Panera Rewards members on our app.
Your shipping manager left to find themselves, leaving you lost. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsored jobs on Indeed are 2.5 times faster to first hire. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, so you know how I like to look at the National Today calendar. So I looked today, and the odd one for today was National Punk for a Day. And I just have to say, when you're punk, because I grew up kind of emo goth punk you stay punk forever. So, but I mean, I guess if you're not, you could be punk for a day today. Did you have that phase?
No.
No, just a phase, Mom? No,
I
not for
had
you.
a marching band phase. I didn't have I didn't have an emo phase.
That's really cute.
But to all the punks out there, you know,
Rock
this
on.
forecast is for you as well. All right, let's go ahead and take a look right now at the Columbia River. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. It is a chilly start out there this morning. Actually, chilly's underselling it. It's cold. It's just straight up cold for this morning. We're around freezing in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. We're also around freezing for portions of the basin, 33 in the Tri-Cities, 32 for Hermiston, 34 for Connell. So I'm thinking that maybe this Hanford temperature is a little bit warmer than it actually is. Then in the foothills, maybe just a little bit warmer, mid to upper 30s, but still I think all of us probably need a heavy jacket for this morning. A little bit later in the day, it's not going to be warm. It might feel a little comfortable in the sunshine, but all in all, it's going to be a cool day. We'll be about 5 degrees below average for late October, which means that most of us are going to be in the 50s. We'll have partly cloudy skies, and then into this weekend, of course, rain chances go way up, especially for Sunday and Monday, and I'll show you what that could do to our drought situation at large, and all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now we start off your 5:30 with continuing coverage. Mabton Mayor Rachel Ruelas appears in court where a judge decides whether to grant her petition for a protection order, and this against Ruben Olivares, the man attempting to get her recalled as mayor. Now the mayor filed the petition after a fight between herself, her family, Olivares, and his wife at a Mabton restaurant on October 10th. Olivares filing his own request for protection orders against the mayor, her husband, and her son. A fight reportedly started after Olivares believed the mayor's son gave him a dirty look and asked him why. The judge denied Olivares' petitions, saying that video and testimony shows he escalated the situation, and the judge granted Ruelas a protection order against Olivares for 2 years, saying this was based on Olivares grabbing her during the fight. He ordered him to stay away from Ruelas and her home, but is allowing him to go to City Hall if he needs to, and also allowing him to attend City Council meetings.
You might have to tone it down somewhat just to make sure that nobody can accuse you of crossing the line and being too aggressive with her. And on the other hand, you need to toughen up a little bit and recognize that if you're going to be in a public office, you're going to deal with people who are
and I have your own
passionate and so on.
And I have, Your Honor.
Apple Valley News Now has been providing in-depth coverage of the city of Mapton since breaking the story in June of a city employee arrested in a fake robbery scheme. Now we've kept the community updated on the city's struggle to come up with the 2024 budget, the 2 recall petitions filed against the mayor, both being appealed to the state Supreme Court, and most recently, the city's police department staffing crisis. During the hearing, Ruelas had this to say about our coverage.
He's been on the news, and he's referred to me several times with the news media that you have here today. So I feel that Apple Valley News has always attacked me and the news media, because she'll go and she'll interview Ruben Olivares.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you to back up here a second. You start talking about Apple Valley News. Apple Valley News is not a party to this case. So what they may have done or not done or whatever really isn't involved in this case.
Now, we do want to be very transparent that our team has made every attempt to speak with Ruelas from the first story back in June. This includes emails, calls to the mayor's personal phone, calling City Hall to leave messages with employees, and approaching her after meetings and court hearings. She has refused to speak with our team every single time, but we will continue to ask because we are interested in hearing what she has to say. And to find the previous coverage on the story, you can visit our website. In education-related news, a new agreement between the Pacific Northwest University of Health Sciences and Yakima Valley College is aiming to expand the pipeline of physical therapists entering the profession. The newly signed agreement will enable YVC students to more easily transition into PNWU's School of Physical Therapy, preparing future PTs to practice in rural and medically underserved communities in the region. Students who have earned 30 or more college-level credits from YVC will be guaranteed an admission interview with the School of Physical Therapy. And coming up in less than 2 weeks, bus riders in the Tri-Cities will get a little treat in the form of a fare-free day. This through Ben Franklin Transit, and riders can take BFT buses and dial-a-ride trips for no cost on November 5th. And Tuesday the 5th is Election Day. The agency says this will help people get out and vote.
It's important to us that people have access to voting, and it's an initiative we saw other agencies take part in, and our new chief executive officers thought it was a great idea to provide those free rides, and it encourages people to vote if they have some sort of barrier in terms of transportation to where they can't drop their ballot off. So.
BFT also has a map of ballot drop-box locations within its service area. There are 11 in Benton County and 4 in Franklin County, and the free service will go on from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Now, the FAA awarded the Tri-Cities Airport a $4 million grant to fund future terminal improvements. This will launch the first phase of a number of projects, starting with the airport's baggage makeup room. And that's where your checked luggage goes when it's on the way to the plane. Airport Director Buck Taft says not many people care about this baggage area, except for the people who work there.
For example, right now we have 9 flights between the hours of 5 and 7. And our room where all the bags filter to is it was small when we had 7 flights, and now adding the 2 additional daily flights makes it very hard for the workers to get all the bags and get in there and be efficient.
Now, the second part of Phase 1 is adding 3 new jet bridges to the airport. This is a $23 million project in total, and the $4 million grant will enable the airport to get it all rolling. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the Washington State Supreme Court is considering a proposal to reduce the number of cases that public defenders can take on. Emily Goodell has that report up next.
A portion of the news is sponsored by Kubota.
Which is better, Honda or Toyota? Well, the Honda Accord and CR-V both made the Car and Driver 10 Best list. Camry and RAV4 did not. In fact, when it comes to the 10 Best, no one comes close to Honda, the only company to make every single 10 Best list. That means Honda's not just better, it's the best. And right now, well-qualified buyers can get the Honda CR-V with 2.9% APR financing. So for big deals on America's best brand, see your Southeastern Washington Honda dealer.
Hi.
I'm Carrie Isaacson, and I'm running for State Senate from the 16th District. Unlike my opponent, who's aligned with the extreme far right and anti-women's health care, I believe in practical solutions that put people first. I'll fight for better health care and good-paying jobs. I'm a moderate Democrat who believes that our district must be at the table in Olympia, and it's not. Vote Carrie Isaacson, State Senate.
Years, 32 years, 20 years, 35 years.
A job not only supports a family, but it gives you dignity. I'm Maria Beltran. With warehouses closing and hundreds of jobs lost, it's time we elect a fighter. Like so many of us, my family struggles to keep up with the cost of groceries and afford rent. Your family's struggles are my family's struggles. I'll work hard for you in Olympia.
Paid for by Friends Maria Beltran.
If you've been considering updating your kitchen or bath countertops, be sure to attend the Costless Carpet Annual Slab Sale. This Saturday, Costless Carpet designers and fabricators will be on site. Every in-stock slab is on sale, with select slabs marked down up to 50%. Choose from a huge selection of quartz, marble, and granite slabs. Fabricators will only be on site this Saturday from 9 to 5, so write in your plans and drawings for instant savings. Find your nearest Costless Carpet at costlesscarpet.com.
Tonight, when betrayal leads to murder.
This is a true murder mystery.
It's the bra that broke the camel's back.
This was a huge puzzle of a case.
All new 2020, tonight on ABC.
One great idea can change your life.
That's the American dream right there. I want to be on a team with you.
Shark Tank, new tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's take you on a tour of today's forecast, starting off in Kittitas County, where we're going to have highs in the 50s. Winds today will gust out of the south and southeast, which means that the valley is going to wall off the people living in the valley from the wind gusts, and it's going to be up in the mountains as they'll gust out of the south and southeast upwards of 25 miles per hour. Then in the Yakima Valley, light winds overall. We'll have partly cloudy skies and high temperatures that'll end up in the mid-50s, 55 for Sunnyside, 55 for Toppenish, 56 degrees in Yakima. And then for the lower Columbia Basin, we'll also end up in the mid-50s. We should have mostly sunny skies, although there will be times today where the clouds are going to cover up the sunshine. Also light winds. And then for the foothills of the Blue Mountains, we'll have temperatures in the middle to upper 50s. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, just kind of depends on where you are. And it's going to be the same deal in the mountains over here, the Blue Mountains, as opposed to the Cascades, but winds gusting out of the south and southeast upwards of 25 miles per hour. That's ahead of a warm front that is obviously going to warm us up into tomorrow, bringing small shower chances for tomorrow, much better chances for rainfall into Sunday and Monday. So here's some of the impacts we're expecting from said storm system. We're going to enter the storm system with a rainfall deficit for the season, and we're going to exit the storm system with a deficit for the season as well. But the million-dollar question is, how much do we cut into the deficit? For now, it looks like we could still have 50 to 70% deficits for the basin and valleys, but maybe between 30 to 40% for the foothills. And thankfully, we have more rain that's on the way even after Sunday and Monday. So I'll tell you about that next storm system coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, the Washington State Supreme Court is considering a proposal to drastically reduce the number of felony cases that public defenders can take on. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell spoke to the prosecuting attorney in Yakima County and has more in-depth coverage.
Yakima County is already facing a lawsuit by the ACLU claiming that its own public defender shortage has left defendants sitting for weeks or even months without a public defender being assigned to them.
we're working through it and getting to a point where we're going to be able to get back substantively to the complainant, ACLU, on behalf of the individuals that they filed this for.
Brusick says they've been trying to hire more public defenders for 2 years with little success. The county already short 5 prosecutors and down to a total of under 10 public defenders, who are limited to 150 case credits each.
The way it is designed now, the more serious cases a public defender gets, the less overall volume that particular public defender can have. And that affects the amount of cases that a particular public defender can defend.
Brusick says since they can't prosecute a defendant without a defense attorney to represent them, they have to be careful about the number of felony cases they're charging out.
The only way that the system really right now and over the last year or two has been truly working, unfortunately, is we're not able to charge cases out in the way that we would like, and or we're pushing them to be charged out as misdemeanors or gross misdemeanors to municipal court or to district court.
Washington Supreme Court currently considering new standards proposed by the Washington State Bar Association. That, over a period of 3 years, would bring the annual caseload down from 150 credits a year to 47 for felony cases.
But revising the caseloads is a necessary step to ensure that public defense attorneys have time and resources to provide constitutional representation, to alleviate the cycle of attrition, and to remove barriers that discourage lawyers from becoming public defense attorneys.
But some say the cost to cities and counties is too high.
Without significant court or legislative assistance, it is unclear how any county can implement the new standards. If adopted and implemented, these standards will, at minimum, double or triple county costs without increased funding for these services.
Brusick says the proposed standard would require Yakima County to hire 20 or 30 more public defenders in order to keep prosecuting over 2,000 felony cases per year.
It just won't work. We don't have the attorneys to hire. And so ultimately what it would mean if these standards are adopted by rule by the Supreme Court, what it would mean is clearly a lot less cases that are being filed by the prosecutor's office around the state. And that does not lead to public safety.
The state Supreme Court is accepting written comments on the proposed caseload standards until the end of the month and will be holding another public hearing in the middle of November. Reporting from the Yakima newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Google is releasing its findings for the most trending Halloween costumes for this year, and some of them are pretty hilarious. We go over them in your morning sprint after your top stories. But first, Josh will have your full weather forecast.
It's Carl's Jr.'s new Ghost Burger. There's the soul-scorching sauce, ghost pepper cheese, bacon. It's a spicy charbroiled phenomenon. Watch me make this one vanish. The new Ghost, only at Carl's Jr. Big Burger!
Good burger. Liberal Democrats Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas support even no questions asked late-term abortions. They oppose measures that would lower taxes, make gas cheaper, and let you take home more of your paycheck. They would make your streets less safe, raise your gas prices, and encourage your children to disrespect faith, family, and America. Seattle liberals Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas do not share your values and are too extreme for Central Washington.
For 17 years, Senator Curtis King has delivered for you. That's why the media calls Curtis King the Republican in Olympia most likely to pass a bill. Senator King helped fund the Sozo Soccer Complex, giving local youth and adult soccer players a world-class recreational facility. Curtis King helped Perry Tech expand, providing thousands of local students with real-world skills, and he delivered funding for dozens of local road projects.
I'm Senator Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
McCurdy's been around so long. A lot of people bought their cars here. Our customers are somebody that wants to be able to come back to us after they buy that car for whatever reason.
Which is one of the reasons we do take so much effort in making sure that they're going to be drivable for a long period of time.
So it's your daily journey. And so it's a lot more than just purchasing or something or a quick transaction. We're going to be here tomorrow to help you with whatever's on the car. Buying pre-owned with McCurdy means your vehicle meets a higher standard.
Find your way home in a Mazda certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurdy Mazda.
The last few years have been tough on Washington families who are facing record prices, and wages just haven't kept up. But it's been a great few years for Congressman Dan Newhouse. Since he first got elected in 2015, his net worth has climbed from $2 million to almost $19 million. How'd he do that? By trading stocks of corporations that he votes to give billions of taxpayer dollars. It's time to put an end to Congressman Dan Newhouse's stock market hot streak.
I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message.
Carl's Jr. Big Carl fans know nothing beats the taste of charbroiled beef, American cheese, and Carl's classic sauce. Except getting a second Big Carl for just $1. Buy one, get one for $1. Only at Carl's Jr. Big Burger!
Good burger.
Judy Justice, today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Tomorrow we do have small shower chances, about 30% chances for the valleys. Mostly dry though for the basin and for the foothills. The time frame of all of that would be after 5 a.m. for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. There's going to be much better chances for wet weather up in the Cascades. But yeah, it's not going to rain for the entirety of the day within the valleys, but there will be that chance of a constant little trickle of some very light showers. So small shower chances for Saturday. Then we're tracking a couple different storm systems over the next 7 days. Storm system number 1 for Sunday and Monday. Storm system number 2 for Wednesday and Thursday. So first, we'll talk about the first storm system for Sunday and Monday. This one could provide 2 inches of rainfall and melted snowfall for the Cascades, maybe 3/4 of an inch of that for the Blue Mountains, between 1/10 to 1/4 for the valleys and foothills. And unfortunately for us in the Tri-Cities, we'll probably get less than 1/10 of an inch of water. Snow levels will be dropping on Monday and Tuesday, so there could be a wintry element to the storm system. Snow levels will bounce between 4,000 and 4,500 feet. So places like the Battle Mountain Summit on US 395, White Pass, which is on US 12, Stevens Pass, which is on US 2, those locations could get a little bit of snow. When I say a little bit of snow, I mean just a little bit. Probably less than 1 inch for Cascade and Blue Mountain passes for Monday and Tuesday. But now let's talk about storm system number 2. And remember, these are preliminary snowfall projections, definitely subject to change. But for now, with this storm system, it looks like the cold air and the moisture are going to sync up a little bit better. So we could get maybe 4 to 6 inches of snow on our Cascade passes, 3 to 4 inches for our Blue Mountain passes. No snow for the valleys, basin, or foothills. But this could cause some minor to moderate impacts in terms of travel. We'll definitely keep close tabs on that. And temperatures going down into next week subtly, but that's going to be after we'll have a little warm up for this weekend. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Warmer Saturday and staying mostly dry, but will turn cooler and wetter again by Sunday and Monday, tracking more wet weather into next week. Then for Yakima, small shower chances Saturday, much wetter on Sunday and Monday. Then the next real active day looks to be Wednesday. For Ellensburg, also small shower chances Saturday, give way to much wetter conditions Sunday and Monday. A break for Tuesday, then here we go again by Wednesday. For Hermiston, comfortable highs for Saturday, but that'll be short-lived with cooler and wetter weather returning for Sunday and Monday. Then for Walla Walla, near room temperature for Saturday, turning cooler with big-time rain chances for Sunday and Monday. And more of that could be in store for next week.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 5:52. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour, and we're going to start off with your top 5 local stories you need to know this morning. First, the DEA's National Drug Take-Back Day is happening in Tri-Cities this Saturday. You can drop off any unwanted prescriptions from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's at the Richland Police Department on George Washington Way. And today, Senator Maria Cantwell will be at the Yakima Airport to talk with officials about what's needed for the future of the airport. Earlier this week, the airport received a $1 million federal grant from the Airport Terminal Program to make upgrades. Almost 200 students will be taking part in the 20th Annual Youth and Justice Forum in Richland. This breaks the record of students for previous years, and this allows students to engage with local leaders in the justice system and learn about possible careers, as well as get insights on the rights and responsibilities of being a member in the community. Tonight at the Legacy Event Center in Pasco, the Domestic Violence Services of Benton and Franklin counties is hosting the Silent Witness Memorial and Candlelight Vigil. This will honor victims of domestic violence. There will be special guests, performances, and of course a candlelit vigil. And the event starts at 5:30 and ends at 8 p.m. tonight. Also this Saturday, PetSmart in Kennewick is hosting an adoption event. More than 100 dogs and cats will be available from several different animal rescues around the region. So let's try and get every one of these pets adopted, and the event begins at 11 a.m. And remember, adopt, don't shop. Now we go to your national headlines. Eric and Lyle Menendez, convicted of murdering their parents more than 3 decades ago, could now get a chance at freedom. The LA County District Attorney says he will recommend that the sentence of life without the possibility of parole be removed and the brothers be resentenced, which means the brothers would be eligible for parole immediately. A judge will ultimately decide on the brothers' case, and there's not a timeline on that decision yet.
Years ago,
President Biden is ordering U.S. national security agencies to harness new artificial intelligence technology. An official says the goal is to embrace the potential power of AI with security-based restrictions. For example, the National Security Memorandum prohibits using AI to avoid current protocols regarding the deployment of nuclear weapons. In your business news, 2 federal agencies are looking into the state of competition in air travel. The public inquiry comes after last month's merger of Alaska Airlines and Hawaiian Airlines. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says some areas are losing commercial service because of corporate consolidation. The public will have until December 23rd to submit comments to investigators on a wide range of issues, including the availability of affordable air travel. Another perk for Amazon Prime members can now save 10 cents per gallon at the gas pump. That averages up to saving about $70 a year, and members can buy fuel from any participating BP, Amoco, and AM/PM gas stations across the United States. All they have to do to get the discount is link their Amazon account to Earnify, which is a loyalty program app. In your health headlines, the recent E. coli outbreak has some restaurants removing ingredients from its menus. Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and KFC are all taking out fresh onions from its meals at some locations. In a statement, the company's parent company says they are making the move out of an abundance of caution. And the FDA says slivered onions used on McDonald's Quarter Pounder sandwiches have been identified as a possible but not a definite source of the contamination linked to the deadly outbreak. All right, trending now. Google is out with the year's most trending Halloween costumes. And according to online search data, here are some of the top 25 costume ideas. Josh, take it away.
Well, if you ask me to, I will. Okay, Shrunken Head Bob and Dolores from Beetlejuice.
Okay.
Ray Gun, the breakdancer. You might know about that one,
Yes,
Jessica.
I do.
Catnap, a video game character. Pamini?
From the Amazing Digital Circus.
From the Amazing Digital Circuit. So there's that one. Inside Out characters, Red from Descendants, Dr. Doom, singer Sabrina Carpenter, Lady Deadpool, and a Chipotle burrito.
And I remember when the costumes for Chipotle came out, so that's a good one right there. Well, the list is based on comparisons of year-on-year search data from September, and Google also identified the year's top trending party theme as Beetlejuice. And while the spooky foods category was topped by mummy hot dogs, those actually look easy to make. You just put like cheese or something over it.
Yeah, I had some mummy jalapeno poppers last Halloween. I was at like a little Halloween party. They were not good.
No? Okay.
They were not good, no.
You didn't make them? Someone else did?
No, yeah.
Okay, maybe you should try to make them on your own.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be good then. Well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6, the Washington State Supreme Court is considering a proposal to reduce the number of cases that public defenders can take on. Emily Goodell has that in-depth report in our 6 o'clock hour.
And it is a cold start out there for this morning. I'll show you where you need a heavy jacket. Spoiler, it's probably everywhere. So that's going to be coming up at 6.